I fucking really don't like doing videos like this because because everyone has a fucking opinion. No one really gives a fuck. Okay? That's just the way it is. You know, and in the short or the center of this conversation is really revolving around the Charlie Kirk assassination. And I'm not going to get off into politics, and I'm not going to get off into theories and skepticism. What I want to say, and I want to give you a little insight, I have married a foreign national, okay? And she does not understand so much American politics. But we talk about things, and I try to, I talk about things, I give her things to think about. She tells me the politics of her country, I don't understand it. You know, she sees politics through the lens coming from her country. I see her politics through the lens of American. But, you know, I showed her everything. We talked about it. She starts researching, you know, Charlie Kirk. She's not familiar with it. She's a foreign national. So we're on two different time zones. Before I go to bed, I tell her, I say, look, you know, and then, you know, and I also showed her that Ukrainian girl who got stabbed in the throat. And I tell her, you know, you gotta relax. I don't live around any of that crazy shit. But crazy shit can happen at any time. And you have got to be eyes up. So many people get on public transportation or go through the fucking mall or go out into society with their heads fucking buried in that goddamn phone. And I'm guilty of it. I'm not putting anyone down. I'm not trying to say I'm the super soldier. I don't do that shit. I got my eyes fucking peeled. I'm as fucking guilty as anyone. I go into fucking Walmart and I'm like, fuck this shit. You know, I take, a lot of times I'll take my mom to the store, you know, hey, I'm going out to the fucking Walmart, you want to go? Yeah, I want to go. I take her to the store, or she'll say, hey, if you're not doing anything before work, you want to run me up to the store, whatever. I go in that motherfucker, I hate going in there. I'm walking in, fucking looking at shit, thinking, I fucking hate this Walmart, blah, blah, blah. I want to get in, I want to get out, blah, blah, blah. But I tell her, I say, look, you know, in your country, you take public transportation every fucking place. I said, you really should start keeping your eyes open. And then I tell her, now her nation, the country she's from, these people are naturally, they're thin people. They're thin people. I've been there 4 or 5 times. I rarely see obese or even overweight people. Rarely. And what they consider overweight, I look at that person, I'm like, fuck, dude. You might need to hit a fucking couple more, get a couple more licky McChickies, you know? So anyway, I guess I'll boil this down so this ain't so long. While nothing that I can say could have really prevented a Charlie Kirk incident. But what I will say to you, as far as the Ukrainian on the train, always keep your eyes open. Always keep your head up. Always try to sit in a seat, whether it's a restaurant, anywhere, where your back is against the wall. Always go into this as a man, even as a woman. I know as husbands, we have to always, we are our family's secret service 24/7. 24/7, 365. We are the secret service for our wives. We are the secret service for our children. We're all that type of stuff. And it's hard sometimes to live that mindset, that mentality, because always being on edge, always being on guard, it can wear a person down all the time. A person needs to let go sometimes. I get it. And I have these conversations with my wife when you come here and you go to church functions with women, the women's Bible studies, and then the women, they go to someone's house, the men go to someone else's house. They meet back down at the church, and I live out in the country, way out from any of this shit. But still, my wife's like, I want it always to be together. I don't want to be separated and helpless. But what I want to say to the wives, there's probably no wives that watch this, but you gotta always think about being in situations where you can be taken advantage of. Hey, you know what? I went over to a female Bible study, and none of the other ladies knew it, but there was one lady there that was envious and jealous, and she did something and attacked me, and all the other girls panicked and didn't know what to do. Or, we were out at the mall and something happened, and anything can fucking happen. I'm not the guy to go to for this stuff. I can't tell you what to do, but what I can say is I hope that as husbands and wives, you guys have thought and talked and made plans. And if you have iPhone, you always, if you're separated, you got location services turned on where you can know where your wife's at. Not because you don't trust her, but because if something happens and she gets fucking kidnapped or something, you know where to go. It's a wild thing. I really hope that my subscribers have talked to their wives and trained their wives with guns, found local jiu-jitsu or judo or karate classes, and they attend them. And I'm hoping you guys are trying to get a little bit of physical fitness in your lives. You don't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't have to be these fucking big motherfucking animals. You just got to be able to run a little bit and lift a little bit. And if you want to go further, God bless you. If you're at a point where you're like, you know what, I'm as physical fit as I want to be without going to the extremes, God bless you. I think the country needs to change, but it's not going to. And I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to get political. I don't want this video going from almost 10 minutes to 20 because I can ramble. But I really hope everyone out there is waking up, because we are. And it's only, listen, and I'm going to tell you this. My wife, while they claim to be a democracy, my wife is from what I consider, honestly, to be a communist, a corrupt, communist fucking country. Okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, what happened and what's been happening is only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And I really think you got to sit down. You got to sit down with your wife and kids. You got to talk shit over. All right? You got to practice shooting from inside a vehicle like I did in that video with that scar. I haven't done it since then, but I'm doing it this weekend. And I'm going to go through pistol drills. I'm going to go through rifle drills, several pistols, several rifles. I'm really hoping to get my buddy involved, who I mentioned in my previous TRT video update, because today was shot day. I really hope I can get him involved, but he's very lackadaisical. You might have friends like that. It's okay to be friends with people like that. I've been friends with the guy for almost a decade. But I would never put my life in his hands. The little bit he shoots and trains and exercises, no way. No way. You gotta start, and I'm on this mission. You have got to start getting circles, both men and women. You guys have got to start getting into circles of friends who take health seriously, who take self-defense, whether it be rifles and that, or martial arts or something, wrestling or something. You gotta start getting yourself in circles of friends. Friends that are trustworthy, friends that help push you and you help push them. And this is most important for our country. You've got to start getting and surrounding yourself with true Christians. I don't go to church. I don't go. Because the churches that I went to, these churches when I was kids, and to this day, they will not condemn the LGBT. They won't condemn homosexuality because they are afraid that people are going to protest, that they're going to lose the money and the tithe. They do not want to offend people. Don't go to those churches. I'm not saying go to radical. Well, I am. In a way I am, because Jesus, in his time, he was radical. Right now, he didn't condone killing. But he went out there like Kirk. And he said what he said. And he went to those leaders, both government and the churches, and he went to them and he spoke to them. He called them out. And he taught people. He took a lot of people away from the Pharisees. And he changed a lot of hearts and minds. And again, I'm getting off on a tangent here. But let's go back and just simply avoid those churches that are only about what can they say to make that collection plate bigger. Fuck them churches. But you got to get around that. This country was founded on Christianity. A lot of the founding fathers were Christians. This country can only survive on Christianity. Once you take that away, the country turns into nothing more and nothing less than a breeding ground for leftists, for communists, for socialists, and for all the symptoms and traits of those people. So we got to do it. You got to talk to your wife once again. Talk to your kids. You got to go over scenarios. Make them kids sit in the back of that car. Make your wife sit in here. Put the ear protection on them. And let them witness, let them feel, go through step-by-step plans on, if we're caught in the middle of a violent riot, here's what we're going to do. They already know what's coming, so that they don't freak out and panic. You got to start going through that with them. And we as a country got to come back to Christ. That's it. I'm going to keep going, and this video is already longer than I wanted it to be. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'm praying for you. We're all in this together. I'll catch you.